What's up everyone? Today I'm going to be showing you guys what I get when I go grocery shopping. I've been doing a terrible job of explaining to you guys what is paleo, and that's my bad. I've had some things that have come up, but I still want to show you guys what I get when I go to the grocery store. So, one thing about me, I do not go to Walmart. I do not go to Safeway. I rarely go to King Soopers. I do not go to like big chained grocery stores, because paleo is about getting the freshest foods, freshest produce, and the better it is naturally, as in naturally to a farm, locally sourced, the better. So we're here at Sprouts. You can do Whole Foods too. Whole Foods is really not as, it's expensive. Whole Foods is considered your whole paycheck. So we're at Sprouts. Sprouts is awesome. If you have a Lucky's near you, use that. If you have Trader Joe's, that's also good. Use that. Use your local farmers market. I do not do, again, Walmart. Rarely do I do King Soopers. Oh my gosh, I just hit someone. I'm making a video. So what is exactly paleo? Even though I've given you guys kind of an overview that paleo is no grains, no dairy, no processed foods, no artificial sweeteners and sugars. There's also, I forget, but I can tell you what we do eat, which is like fresh produce, fresh meats, and fresh fruits. And that is the basis of all. Whether it be plant protein or, your chicken, your turkey, your meat, that's what you want to go to. So avoid dairy. Why avoid dairy? Because dairy is an inflammatory food. When you have cheese, it inflames your body. It makes you puff up. It also retains a lot of water, and salt does that too. So we want to avoid dairy and salt. Why do we avoid say rice or beans? Well, they're also inflammatory. Beans, if you know, they're just saying beans, the more you eat, the more you fart a lot. And you know why you fart a lot? Because your stomach is inflamed. It's getting rid of like the excess gases that are making you bloated. So beans are actually a legume, as well as peanuts. Peanuts are not considered nuts. What we do like to eat on paleo diet are, good source of healthy fats like grass-fed butter. We do eat butter and nuts. Like nuts like cashews, macadamia, all those varieties of nuts. Now I will say this, you can tailor your paleo lifestyle to however you want. I have peanut butter sometimes, and I have beans sometimes, because it's in the dishes that I go out and eat. So it's very tailored to you. Just because it says you can't have this, you can't have that, you don't have to launch yourself all like full face on. Like, take it baby steps until you can wean yourself off of those things. I have been dairy free for years now, at least 2 years, and I substituted 2% milk for coconut milk and almond milk. Now, why would I not recommend soy milk? Soy is a GMO. What's a GMO? It's a genetically modified organism or food. So what that means is that Monsanto and a lot of big corporations are not putting in any healthy additives in it, but putting toxic processed additives into your food. I don't recommend soy. Soy is a GMO, as well as with the bean family. I do recommend almond milk and coconut milk, and flax is really good. So I will show you guys a tour of what I would normally get, and keep showing you guys my lifestyle. And again, you don't have to do it all. I would just suggest you cut out your dairy slightly and see if that makes a difference. and also cut out your grains and replace it with healthy starches like sweet potatoes. Alright, so what I have here is some almond butter, and it just happens to be on sale for $4.99. Why do I prefer almond butter over peanut butter? Again, peanuts are a legume. In case you didn't know, they're not a nut. But I would suggest, like, if you have peanut butter at home, use that first and then go towards almond butter. It will really do a lot of, it has a lot of health benefits. You know, it tastes good. It tastes just as good as peanut butter, and I recommend it. Processed foods. This is a great example of what processed foods are. If you have not caught on to this idea, even though it says organic, the fact that it's packaged and it's not in its original content does not make it any better. This is still processed even though it says organic, guys, so watch out for that. And when you're trying to go with your meats, whether it be turkey burgers or burgers, I suggest you go to the fresh produce section. That's where you're really gonna get like good quality meats, even though they're not organic or grass-fed. Here's another one of my favorites, which is coconut oil. I use coconut oil to cook instead of using like canola or regular butter. If I'm using butter, I'm going to use the Kerrygold grass-fed butter or ghee, which is clarified butter, but I would really suggest you do coconut oil. It has the great source of healthy fats, and it has a high heat cooking resistance, so meaning you can cook like with it like in a hot skillet and it's not gonna burn. And lean meats like chicken and beef are your go-to sources of protein. Pork is actually good. You can do pork, you can do beef, you can do ground beef, you can do game. Just trying to make it as lean, like extra lean ground beef as possible. You can ease your way into lean ground beef if you're not there yet, but definitely all this is a good source of what paleo is, especially bacon. I would highly recommend you get bacon. This is not bacon, they're lamb steaks, and I've used those to make some lamb stew, and it's been amazing. Another thing to look for is farm raised. Farm raised is not your ideal thing. Farm raised is, they'll give whatever it is, whether it be shrimp or salmon or fish, things that you don't know what's been put into it as wild caught. Wild caught is your best option because you know it's absolutely fresh compared to farm raised. Now it says fresh. Watch out for the farm raised label, and whenever possible, opt out for wild caught. I have a packaged dinner here, which is spaghetti and meatballs, which is typically an American family dinner, right? And what I would recommend would be the turkey itself would be good, but the noodles are very starchy and they can mess up with your digestive system. So if you want to have like a spaghetti noodles, I suggest you go to get zucchini and get a spiralizer, twist it. You're gonna get the same noodles, and zucchini is a good source of vegetables and a good carbs for you. And you can add the marinara sauce, just skip the cheese. And if you must have cheese, I would suggest feta cheese over mozzarella. Goat cheese is actually really good. The goat cheese is one thing that we do like to have as paleo because it's not so I don't know how to explain it, but it's not as fatty as mozzarella. It's very it's the lean cheese of its kind, if you would if it helps you understand it that way.